Hello, everybody. Don't mind my towel. I just got out of the shower. My name is Alyssa. If you don't know me, I am a MMB in this business at this point in time. We're going to be walking through a power hour on exactly what you can do in 1 hour of time. And this call may last maybe like a little longer than an hour. Hopefully not, just because I'm going to be explaining things. So if you don't have a pen and paper, get one so you can write things down. Take notes on how to do things. I will have this recording so you can always revisit. Here she is. So while we are working every day, there's 4 things you should be doing. So first of all, we are in network marketing. You have to be networking half the time and marketing half the time. And you have to do all of these things. I kind of heard of, like, somebody explained this one time as, you plant your seeds with the messages and talking to new people, and then you water them. Like what does a seed need to grow? A seed needs sunlight, water, good soil in order to grow, right? So you have to have all these things in order for your seed to grow. If you're missing any of them, it's not really gonna, you're not gonna get anywhere, and you're gonna get frustrated because another analogy is like, you can't bake a cake with just eggs. You need all the components in order to bake a cake, right? So networking and marketing. Half of networking is adding new people to your network, because if you're not adding new people, eventually all the people that are in your current network are you're either going to have enrolled them or you're going to run out of people to talk to. So adding new people to your network every single day is super important. And then engagement and building relationships. This is a relationship business. And if you're not building genuine relationships with people, they're never going to buy stuff from you, and write this down, people buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. Okay. So if they don't know you, and if you're just randomly sending cold messages to people and they've never seen your face before, they've never seen you post about anything product or business wise, you've never even said hello to them or asked them about anything, they've never seen your name on any of their posts or in their stories, they're going to be like, who the fuck is this? Why is she in my inbox? Okay. You have to build relationships if you want people to know you and like you and trust you enough to enroll with you. So that's one thing. And then, so engagement and adding new people to your network, and also cultivating relationships with the current people that are already in your network. So that's half of it. And then marketing is obviously content, showing up in your stories, making posts, sharing value, all that stuff. So we are going to be talking about how to grow your network, how to create content and what kind of content to be posting, how to follow up and send new messages, and what's the other thing? Add new friends, send new messages, follow up, and engagement. That's pretty much it. And also all of this, this is like the business actionable steps that you need to be doing every day. But outside of these four tasks, you have to be growing your mindset, learning your skills, like growing your sales knowledge, growing your knowledge about yourself, and any limiting beliefs that you have when you are taking these action steps. Because if you have limiting beliefs, it's going to come through in how you're talking to people and how you're showing up for your business. So you really have to help, do the inner work to help yourself show up as your highest self, as a boss ass confident bitch who is owning what she has to offer. You're proud of the business that you have, you're proud of the products that you're offering, because if you're not confident in what you're having to offer, people are going to be able to sense that. So whatever it is, maybe that you're struggling with mentally, just ask whoever, your sponsor or somebody on the team, if you're insecure about something or you're not confident in something or whatever, ask somebody for a book recommendation or a podcast or something to help you kind of get out of that mindset. Because if you're going into messaging and posting and all this stuff and you it's out of fear or scarcity or desperation, people can tell 100%. Okay. So just mindset is everything. The mindset's the sky over all these little clouds. I just pulled that out of my ass. But okay, so first of all, networking, how to add new friends. So I'm going to share my screen and show you how I add new friends on Facebook and Instagram. Basic. Okay, can we all see? And I'm on my laptop, so it's going to look a little bit different if you are on your phone. So one of my favorite ways to add new friends is people you may know. These girls just pop up. I add people from these all the time, especially when you have mutual friends with people. They're more likely to add you back on Facebook, just because they're like, oh, they know this person. So I just go in and add. Let's see. And sometimes you can see like this little icon. Sometimes if you see somebody as a mutual friend with another person in the business, like don't add them because you don't want to like be doubling up on messages with somebody. And I know sometimes we like share message ideas. So like how awkward if somebody gets the same message from like a couple different people. So sometimes you can see their little icon right here. It might show somebody on the team's face. So just like be aware of that. And so I just added like 10 people in like what, 30 seconds or something. If you add 10 people a day on Facebook, your goal on Facebook is to get to 5,000 friends as soon as you can. I think I'm at like 4,800 or something. I was at 5,000. I started deleting people because I've had Facebook for years and I grew my network a long time ago. And it's just like I have people that are dead, like either not active or they haven't replied to me like 15 times in a row. So anyway, but if you go ham, just add people. So that's one way, is just adding people on the people you may know thing. Sometimes you can tell if somebody is in another network marketing business, you don't want to add them. And like the best way you can tell is if you go to someone's profile and it looks like mine, like, because mine's very curated. I have like a pretty cute like banner background. I have a cute photo of just myself, which if you're on Facebook and you don't have a clear photo of yourself as your profile picture, like a, you know, good lighting, good aesthetics, change that. And then also their bio. So for mine, it says beauty and magic, escape the matrix. So if somebody has like a bio set up like this with a link, like they're probably in another company, don't add them. And it's not like you have to be super like, you don't have to dig super deep on people. You can kind of tell just by their first profile picture that you see, like this girl right here is probably in a business because her profile picture, oh, well, she says for all inquiries, yada, yada. You can just kind of tell by people's profile if they have a business or not, because it's just cleaned up, but that's that. Okay. And then also you can find people through like, let's see. Sometimes I just go to friends of friends. So like this girl is actually super cute. I know that she's like a really nice person. I've connected with her. So if I want to add new friends, I'm just going to go to her friends list and add a bunch of people from her friends list. You can literally, I mean, it again, you can add people so freaking quickly just by going to someone's friends list and adding. She's cute. She's cute. She's cute. Like just go in there and add some people up. So friends of friends list, suggested friends list. You can also go to groups. Adding people from groups is a little bit more tricky because most of the time you won't have friends in common with people. But what is this? Let me see. I'm in this boho group that I like. I'm just going to share it as an example. Boho, what is it called? I don't know. Can't find it. What's another one that I'm in? Let's talk about it. A girls group. 17,000 members. And there's a lot of girls in here actually from Minnesota. So I know by adding people from here, we probably will have friends in common. And you can join any type of group, like add yourself into groups and be active in there, comment on posts, share your own posts. Like I'm in that boho community one I was talking about. And sometimes I'll just find a cute picture on Pinterest and share a picture and be like, wow, this aesthetic is so cute. And then it'll get like 2,000 likes. You can go in and add the people and they're like, stuff like that. But I don't spend a ton of time in groups, but it is a great way to like find new people. I do mostly find people from suggested friends or friends of friends though. So that's how you add friends on Facebook. And then Instagram is a little bit different. So I'm going to do that in a minute. So I'm going to talk about engagement on Facebook. So that's one thing you do every day, add new friends. Add 10, 20 people, however many you want, like faster you can get. Obviously, the more people you have in your network, the better. And it literally takes like a couple minutes to add at least 10, 20 people. And then the next thing on Facebook is engagement. So I haven't sent my birthday messages today just so I can show you guys this. Sending birthday messages in Messenger is such a great way to hit every single person on your friends list at least once a year, right? And if you don't know this about the algorithm, when you are in people's inbox in Facebook Messenger, it triggers the algorithm so that your posts, whoever you're talking to, the posts start showing up. Your posts start showing to them and their posts start showing to you more. So just by sending a happy birthday message. And I don't expect anything from it. Like, I don't expect people to say anything back. I don't get salty if they say like, I just don't, that's rule number one, like having zero expectations when you're going through all this shit. it's just going to keep you very happy because you're not expecting anything. And then when people do say something nice back, you're like, oh, that's great. Wasn't expecting that. As opposed to like wanting everyone to love you immediately and then them not responding. And you're like, oh, so it's just that mindset of not really caring too much. Okay. Usually you'll have a birthday notification in your notifications, but if you don't, you can literally just search birthdays and it pops up right here. So then I literally just go through all these people and I have a bunch of people today, and I wish I was on my phone because I have a birthday like text replacement. So I just type HBD and this message pops up and it's like just a genuine message, but I'll literally just go into their messenger. What is this thing here? And just say something like, oh my God, happy birthday. You have a great with some emojis. So that's it. And a lot of time when I do this, especially if it's somebody that I've never talked to before, they'll start watching my stories and look at my posts and they'll end up liking some of my posts and stuff. Not every time. And again, I don't expect that, but it does happen, especially if you're doing this every day. And like I said, I have like 4,800 people on here. So I always have a lot of birthdays every day, but if you don't, just do with what you have. Some days you might not have anyone to send a happy birthday message to, and that's fine. But I highly recommend doing this every day. It's super simple. It takes like a minute or two. It's a really great way to get new people showing up on your newsfeed because like I said, with the algorithm, the more you're in people, and do it in their inbox. Don't just write on their wall because it's not as effective. Like that doesn't do much for the algorithm at all. Do it in their inbox. And then another thing you can do for engagement is literally just like scrolling. I like and comment on 5 posts, and then I reply to at least 5 stories on Facebook and Instagram. But even for profile pictures, and I know people overthink this, but it's like literally just be yourself and act like everyone is your best friend, and just be a genuine human and compliment. I've literally had people DM me after I've like engaged on their posts after a while, just complimenting what they're doing, and people will be like, oh my God, you're so nice. I love how you always show up on my posts. And like, that's how you build a relationship. Just be a regular person, compliment your ass off. Okay. Treat everyone like they're your best friend. Like, how do you compliment your best friend? Like, hey bitch, you're looking amazing. If you would say that on someone's post, if they don't know you, it's fine. Okay. Like however you talk in real life to your friends, do that in comment sections on Instagram and Facebook. So I would just say, wow, the beauty. So this is how I do it, you guys. Just all caps. I use a lot of caps lock because I don't know, people just love it. Okay. And then as I scroll by this, I'll just add a couple more friends. Don't know what that is. So this is another group that I'm in, this maximalist design. So if I scroll by this post, I will comment and like on it. Being a genuine human. Ooh. So it's this girl's birthday. I will probably, oh, it's in a meme account. It's in a Pisces meme account. Anyway, it's another group. So her lashes, like pretty much I will comment exactly what pops in my head and what I'm thinking. I want to see something really quick. Okay. So like this girl, her eyelashes are fucking popping, right? So I'm literally going to comment that, like, your eyelashes are popping. So again, it's just being genuine. Why can't I heart react, man? There we go. I hate the stupid like button. So I'll literally just comment and say, okay, lashes or something. And leave some fire emojis. I think you get the point. But please, just for the love of God, just be yourself and treat everyone like they're your bestie. And then they're really going to feel like that. Like, oops. We learned this at Mod Nations too. Tony Robbins had us do this exercise. Like we approached 3 different people outside of the group that we were with. And for the first person, we went up to them and we were just kind of like, we were like, we went up to them as if it was like a pain in the ass to talk to them. We're like, hey, what's your name? Like just super bitchy. And then for the second person, we went up to them and we're like super scared, like, hey, my name's Alyssa. What's your name? Like just like very timid. And then the last person, he had us treat them like we've known them for 10 years. So I literally ran up to this girl and I was like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. How have you been? What have you been up to? Just like super excited. So think about that when you're talking to people too. Like, are you being like, when you're engaging and commenting on people's stuff, are you acting like it's a waste of time and that you don't really care? Like, are you being really ingenuine and just leaving like really, just boring comments like beautiful, cool, love that? Or are you being like really excited for them, telling like putting your caps locks on? So think about that when you're also in conversation with people too. And again, it goes back to how your energy is. People can sense that. Why can't I find my fire emoji, man? I'm so mad that I'm on my thing. I should have been on my iPad, but here we are. Anyway, I'll just do the stupid heart emoji. So do that. And then also same thing for stories. You will go and there's Mina. Hey. So for this girl, I'll just like give her a million heart reacts. And again, I have my caps lock on because I do this all the time with people. Hair is popping, and I'll usually use that hand emoji, like the chef's kiss emoji, baby. But since my emojis are being annoying, I'm not going to do that. Oh, here's Emily. See, you guys pop up on my stuff because I interact with you a lot. This is one of my VIPs. This girl's cute. And so I would just say like loving the fit. And I would normally put a fire emoji, but I don't have emojis. So again, it's like, just be yourself. Show people love. Be extra if you're extra. You cuss, you can cuss. Like a lot of people cuss. So you're going to find your people that relate to you, right? Okay, this is so cute. And again, my caps locks are on. Okay, so that's how I engage. Sending happy birthday messages, genuine comments on posts, actually replying to people's stories, and just being myself. And then, so that's like, and a lot of people skip the engagement part, and you have to do that. Again, it's part of the part of the water that's like helping your soil grow. If you're not engaging with other people and then you're posting and sharing stuff to your stories and you're not getting engagement yourself, you have to give to receive. So if you're not getting a lot of interaction on your stuff, you just probably need to go interact with more people. I heard somebody say once, if you want to get, like 10 likes on your picture, you have to go like 100 people's or something like that. Like the more that you're engaging with other people, the more your name is popping up in other people's notifications, the more traffic you're going to have coming to your page. So do not skip the engagement. It's literally like networking is half of what we do. So I always find when people are posting a lot and they're sending messages, but they're not actually showing love on people's profiles, there's like a disconnect. It's part of that cake recipe that you need. So do not skip that. And it's literally so easy to do. But again, it's like very easy to skip, but it's a very important part of your business. So do not skip the engagement. Show people love, show people that you're a real person, have conversations with people without any expectations. And then when you go and share your content, you're sharing value, you're showing up in your stories, talking about what you have to offer. These people that you're showing love are more apt to want to reach out to you because you're just being like you're being a human on social media and you're being social on social media. So that is that. And then on Instagram, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to show you what I do on that. Because on Instagram, I like Facebook because you can literally add people, and if they accept you, you're already mutual friends. But on Instagram, when you follow someone, they have to follow you back in order to see any of your stuff, right? So on Instagram, I kind of do an adding friends and engagement all in one thing, where on Facebook, I'll add somebody, and if they accept me, I don't jump in their inbox right away. I might go to their page and show some love after they accept me and like some of their photos, maybe leave a comment, maybe reply to their stories, but I don't like really interact with them right away. Whereas on Instagram, I'll follow somebody and I immediately will comment on a couple of their pictures. I'll watch their stories and give them some hearts on their stories, maybe reply to their story if they have one, because on Instagram, it just works a little bit differently. Like if you want someone to follow you back, and again, it's like complimenting your ass off is going to get people to follow you back. So what I will do is go to explore page. And so on your explore page, this is a really great place to find people because the explore page is showing you literally what you are interested in, right? So anybody who likes these photos is also going to be interested in the same things as you. So I would literally just go into this photo, and I like this photo. That's a cute ass photo. I will also save it to a collection. I have like a stories collection right here with that flag. And so then if I want to like quickly share to my stories, I can just go to this folder and share something. And I know it's going to be like something that I'm interested in, might make my audience laugh or something like that. So that's first thing I do from Explore page. And then I'll go into the likers. Go into the likers and see who is in here. And you can kind of like find somebody that might be cute. Her account is private. Oh, she only has 2 posts. So it's like, this takes a little bit longer, but again, you just have to remember you're building your business. It's not going to happen overnight. So just, I hope you fall in love with being live. Me too. So that's really cute. Okay. Saving to my stories post. Okay. That happened. Anyway, go into the likers, find some people. Linda. And I kind of judge people by their profile pictures. She looks cute. Also private, also only 1 post. See, this is a little bit tricky, but you know. So this girl's actually really cute. Let's see how many followers she has. You can also find people from Explore page to follow. I'm already following this girl. So since we're already following her, where did she go? I liked it already. Oh, it's from a while ago. Or did I just like it? I don't know. I did comment already. Obsessed. Here I am. Okay. Sorry, that was a bad example. Wait, am I in a saved folder? Like, where am I? My laptop is fucking me up because I'm not used to it. Okay, you have a really pretty smile. Here we go. So I'm going to save this because it's a cute story. I will put it in my stories folder, and then I'm going to go in here and see who has liked it. A Kirsten. So she only has 2,000 followers. This is a great example. So for this girl, she's super cute. She has posts. She has some followers. I'm going to follow her. She doesn't have any stories, but normally I would watch her story and heart react, reply to a story, again, complimenting literally anything and just being yourself. I'm going to go and like this photo. I'm going to comment, loving the fits. And again, it's like, I don't really expect anybody to follow me back, but by doing this every single day with at least 10 people on Instagram, where you're following them, showing them love and opening the conversation, either via stories or commenting on their posts, you will get follow backs, but I don't expect everybody to follow me back. And it's not like I'm doing this just for follow backs. Like, it's fun to just show people some love, right? So liking 3 of her photos, I left 1 comment. I followed her. If she had stories, I would also open the conversation through the DMs, because same thing with Instagram as Facebook. If you are in people's DMs, the more your content's going to start showing up on their pages. So if you want people to see your stuff, you want people to engage with your stuff, you have to engage with other people and be in people's DMs. Because what did I hear somebody say the other day? Like, your main feed is like your storefront, right? So if you don't have anything about the business or the products on your main page and people come to your page, they are not going to know that you even have a business. So make sure that you're actually making content that showcases the business. So then it's like your storefront. And then your stories are like, you know, when you meet somebody at the front of a store, if you've ever been in retail, and you ask them how they're doing, how their day is going, like kind of like I used to work at Zoomies, and I would literally just kind of find out people's life stories, and I would end up selling like $500 worth of shit because I actually got to know them in a way. So in your stories, people are getting to know you. That's where you can show your family life or like what you're doing for the day. And being in your stories constantly, like, I know sometimes people are always like, am I posting too much in my stories? Like, am I being annoying? Like, absolutely not. The more you're in your stories, the better. Okay. The more people can see your behind the scenes, the better. Like, you guys see my stories. I am in that bitch all the time. Like, I always have at least, I don't know, like 5 minutes of stories, which is amazing. And I've literally had people tell me too, like, I feel like I know you. I feel like, and then they're invested in like when I go to get my hair done, because people know I get my hair done every 6 weeks. They know I have a son. They know that they just know things about me. They know I love cats, like, because I'm constantly sharing this stuff. So just let people get to know you through your stories. And constantly, like, I would say during sales and stuff like that, you better have something in your stories about the sales for those 24-hour loops. Like, you posted something yesterday, it's 4:01 p.m. right now. You posted something yesterday at 4 o'clock and now that story is expired about the sale. You better post something else about it before it ends tonight. So it's like just because you have this business doesn't mean that everyone in your audience knows it exists unless you are continuously posting about it. So you have to make sure that you always have stuff in your stories, always show people who you are so they get to know you, because again, people are going to buy from people they know, like, and trust. And the more relatable you are in your stories, showing what you do in your everyday life, the more people are going to get to know you so they can like you and trust you enough to buy from you when you post about this stuff. So that's that. Yeah, so you can literally find people through the Explore page. I also like finding people through Reels, and I especially like finding people that I might consider a business partner in Reels. If I'm finding a girl that pops up that has like a really aesthetic reel that she made, if they're already creating content, like that's who I want to work with, is people who are already showing up on social media, because that's just one extra hurdle that you're not going to have to jump with showing someone how to create content. So I love like talking to girls about the business that I find on Reels. And I don't bring up the business right away. I usually just follow them first. Like I was just saying, we flow them. We follow, we show love, we open the conversation. And I try to, like, I'll kind of screen people if they have like a shit ton of followers. I feel like they won't see my message, then whatever. Like this girl, let's see. This looks like a UGC page, so I'm not going to do that. And I just do this with like 10 people a day. And it takes time. I would say like, I don't know, 30 minutes to find 10 people. So you just have to be patient with it. And like, you know, when you're scrolling Reels and actually looking for somebody to follow and flow, it's not a waste of time. 58,000 followers, no. See, I try to follow people that have like 20,000 or less followers, just because then I know they will actually see me in their notifications and follow me back. Trying to find a good one. A lot of the time it's like a lot of people that are already in business as well. So she, no, looks like a business. $15,000 followers. So she's cute. 15,000 is good. She looks like she's already like a brand rep for like other brands, which is great because as we know, she probably has a link and makes a little bit of money off of it, like a one-time, one-off order if somebody buys through her link. So this is going to be like an easy person to bring it up to, like, hey, I love your content, and then like build a relationship. And then, you know, a little bit down the road, you can be like, what do you do for work? And she'll tell you. And then you can say, have you ever thought about partnering with a brand where you can build a residual income or like something like that? But anyway, so what I'm going to do, follow her, like a bunch of her photos or reels, not a bunch. I always like at least 3. Sometimes, I don't know, I'll just go. So, yeah, my caps lock. So I always try to leave at least one comment on something. And then she has a story, so I will go watch her stories. Looks like she's a YouTuber as well. So like she's a really great person to that I would personally want to work with. So then I'll also message her and just say, hey girl, you popped up in my Reels scroll. Loving your content. So I say this, and a lot of the time people will say thank you and they love it. And then if she says thank you or something back, I literally just send like a GIF. I always search hug and send the one, it's the Office GIF with Michael is basically tackling Dwight and it makes people laugh. So if you can make someone laugh, like I had a girl follow me just from sending that GIF the other day. Because she was like obsessed with The Office. She's like, oh my God, that's my favorite show. You got to follow for me. I'm like, hell yeah. So I send this to a lot of people. And again, I don't like expect people to say shit to me, but I do get follows back. I would say probably out of every 10 I do this with every day, I'll get like 2 to 3 follows back. And sometimes they don't follow me back until the next day or two. But again, it's just being social on social media. And, you know, you can designate 1 day a week to go through your following, like who you're following, and delete people who don't follow you back for like, I don't know, 30 minutes on a Sunday. You don't have to do it all the time, but that's something you can do if you're following people and you don't get the follows back, whatever. So that's how I do it on Instagram, opposed to Facebook. Like Facebook, I'm just adding friends from suggested friends list. I'm adding friends from friends of friends list. And then on Facebook, I'm doing happy birthdays, commenting on people's posts. Sebastian's crying. And then replying to stories. Where on Instagram, I'm following new people, and at the same time, I'm simultaneously engaging on their posts, replying to their stories, commenting on their posts. And also make sure you're also engaging with people that are already in your network. So I'll go, one thing I like to do is this story exhaustion thing that someone talked about on a Zoom the other day. So I go all the way to the left side, or the right side of my active story people. So, and then I'll just literally for like I don't know, as much time as you want. If you only have an hour, I would say do this for like 5-10 minutes, but just go and reply to as many people's stories as you can. So, you know, and even if it's just a heart, like sometimes if I want to, if there's something that looks like, I'll send I know I went to college with this girl, so I know her. Today's poll, if you're in your mid-30s, should you have seen The Mummy by now? There's really only. So if there's people's polls, like interact with their polls, you know? I say no because I've never seen that. I guess I can't vote on my laptop, so that's fun. So yeah, story exhaustion is just literally like scrolling all the way as far as you can over and engaging with your current following who has active stories, because that gets in their inbox, number one. So what does that do? Being in people's DMs is going to start showing your content to these people more. You're going to start genuine conversations with people, which is exactly what we need. So that is how you do engagement. That's how I do it. And of course you can, like, I don't know if you know, on Instagram, there is this, if you go to your profile and then where the hell is it? And then, well, on your phone, you can switch up at the top under the Instagram icon. You can switch it to following and just engage with people you follow. So because if you don't do that, it's going to show you accounts that you don't follow yet and stuff like that. So if you just want to engage with the people who are following you, that you are following already, set a timer, 5 minutes. 5 minutes for engaging with people's posts, 5 minutes for engaging with stories, 5 minutes for flowing people and following and engaging with new people. That's 15 minutes of your power hour. And then, I mean, you can kind of like do the same thing with Facebook. Set a 5-minute timer, send your happy birthdays, add your friends, and then comment and interact with stories for as long, like however many you can get done in like a 5 to 10 minute time period. So that's that with engagement and networking. You have to make sure that you are doing those things. That is part of your pie recipe. And you cannot, like, if you're not, like I said, if you're not engaging with people and you want people to engage back with you, well, you got to give to receive. So, and you have to add new people, because if you don't have new eyes on what you're doing, you're just going to hit a brick wall eventually. And you're going to be like, why isn't anyone buying my stuff? It's like, because you ran out of people and you don't have any new eyes on anything you're doing. So that's that. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? Engagement or networking, anything? Feel free to unmute, type in chats. We're good? Okay. Okay, next thing is messaging. Like, you have to be talking to new people and you have to be following up. Fortune is in the follow-up. Nobody, I never, and again, with expectations, you guys, I don't expect anybody to ever buy the first time I talk to them ever. It never happens. Like maybe 2 out of every 100 serious conversations I have. Not just me sending a message about like asking them to join the business or buy products. Like, I mean, actual serious conversations like that you're having one like back and forth with. 2 out of every 100 of those. So you just have to expect, you have to follow up. My favorite part of this business is follow up, because I know it's actually literally a sales stat. Only 2% of people are going to buy the very first time you talk to them. So that's where I get 2 out of 100. 85% of people are going to buy after the 5th exposure. Okay. So when I'm following up with people, if I know that I've like popped in on them or I've like engaged, another form of follow up too, segue, is engaging with their content. Like you don't always have to be following up by jumping in their DMs and asking them if they're ready to buy. Like you can follow up with people by engaging with their stories, asking questions, commenting on their posts, like just being a genuine human again, and just staying in front of them so they see your name in their notifications. So like if you popped in on someone maybe 2 weeks in a row about the sale and they couldn't afford it or something, and then it's like week 3 is coming up, just go hop in on them, like reply to their stories, comment on some of their posts, check out what they're doing on their page. That's another form of follow-up. It's like follow-up is just basically you staying in their world. Okay. But you have to follow up. It's just part of it. And it takes people at least 5 exposures. Somebody had said this before too, like if you live 5 minutes away from Target and you're driving to Target and it's been 1 or 2 minutes, you don't get upset that you're not to Target yet because it takes 5 minutes. So just like with this, if you're following up with someone and you've only followed up 1 or 2 times, you don't get upset because it takes at least five times. 85% of the time, it's going to take at least 5 times. So just know you're doing your job by following up. You would just have to do it. It's like, I think I also heard I love stats and numbers. There's also another stat that said something like 50% of people who start a business like this quit after they get like 1 no or something. Like you're going to get no's, you're going to have to follow up with people, you're going to get left on red. And a lot of the time you are making things up in your head as to why they didn't respond or whatever. Like you just have to know if they didn't say that you're annoying or if they didn't say they're not interested, then you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know if their kid spilt milk and they had to run clean it up and they forgot about it. You don't know if they got a flat tire on the way home from work last night and they're trying to deal with that and they just forgot to get back to you. Like you don't know what's going on in people's lives. So you just have to control what you can control. And that is making sure that you are staying on top of people because it's your job to remind them about what you had talked about. And you are, following up with people and showing them that you care about like the issues that they're having goes a long way. I'm going on 5 years of being in network marketing. I've literally never had anybody tell me I'm annoying ever. That's never been typed to me. I've never read that. I've been blocked, sure, whatever, which I don't really care. But more than that though, more than I've been blocked, I've been told that people appreciate me following up with them and caring about their goals. So you just have to know, like, people want you to follow up with them. People appreciate it. People are busy. You just have to do it. So follow up is one thing. If you have the boards app, there's a shit ton of follow up ideas in there, but like, especially if you sent somebody information about, I don't think I need to share my screen anymore. I'm gonna go. So let's say you just talked to somebody about products, you give them the description or whatever, and then they don't respond. You better get your ass back in that conversation within 24 hours. If you like send someone information about like how the products works, or if you send someone information about the pricing, especially if we have a sale, you better get your ass back in there and follow up with them within 24 hours of that conversation, because it's not their job to, remember to reply to you. It's your job to remember that they were interested and want to help them. So like, if someone left you on red, like I said, they probably are dealing with, I don't know, a flat tire, spilt milk, whatever the hell is going on in someone's life. You just have to be the one that's like, hey, I don't know if you got my last message. Did you have a chance to read that? Easy as that. It doesn't have to be super complicated. You don't have to word vomit on people with follow-ups. You just have to say, what's up? Did you read my last message? Especially on like Sundays too, and we have the sale tonight that ends tonight with the grab bags. If you talk to somebody on Friday or Saturday, it's the weekend. You just have to know if it's Friday night or like Saturday all day or Sunday morning. I assume that people are busy doing shit because people work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So on the weekends, they're busy with plans and events and whatever they have going on. So you just have to assume on the weekends, people are going to be busy and not respond as often. And that's so normal. But like, it's your job to get in their inbox again, Sunday nights before the sale ends. You know that it ends at 11 p.m. Central Time, or 9 p.m. on West Coast, midnight on East Coast. Like if you had people you were in conversation with from when the sale dropped to now, you better get in on their inbox tonight before it ends. Be like, hey, we have this grab bag sale. You can get $200 worth of products for $30. I want to get you in on this before it ends. Did you get my last message? Easy as that. You just got to do it. And then, so that's that. So, I mean, if you need follow-up ideas, if you have, always send screenshots, utilize your mentor, make sure that you're asking questions for how to have conversations so that you can get help. Because if you're doing the same thing over and over and you're not seeing results from it, and you're not seeing enrollment, you probably just need to tweak in your conversation. So make sure you're asking for help with that stuff. And then new messages. A lot of the time I will get people interested in what I'm doing because of the value I share through my content. But I will, because I'm consistent in my stories, always posting about sales, always talking about the products I'm using, showing my routine, a couple times a week, I will go on my stories and just talk about my day while I'm using my skincare routine. And I don't necessarily highlight anything about the skincare. Sometimes I will, like I'll say, oh my God, this berry scrub is fucking delicious. You can eat it. It smells amazing. And then I'll just go into talking about like what Sebastian told me that he learned at school, or any events that I had happen that day, or like anything else I'm talking about while I'm using my products. You don't always have to be you don't always have to be a billboard about the products, right? You just have to live your life and use them while you're talking about other shit. And this is going to help people get to know you for who you are. So then when I want to start new messages and find some VIPs, because I'm consistent in my stories, and because I consistently post about things, and like I'm showing up on my I'm posting reels every day and all this stuff, then I will go to people who have liked my recent posts or people who are watching my stories all the way through. And I'll just send a message like, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing lately. I'm looking to help a couple people get switched this week from, upgrade their hair care and skincare routine. Do you have any questions about what I'm using? Something super simple. And because of that consistency with me showing up in my stories and on my page, those people are more apt to be like, yeah, sure, I'll take some information, as opposed to like just getting in people's DMs that you haven't seen on your page at all, or that haven't liked any of your posts, or like you haven't been consistent, so they probably don't know what you're talking about. Messaging people like that, it's like, it's going to be hard because they don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? So that's how I find new VIPs. I do get a lot of people from my posts that I talk about the products on, and in my stories, I message those people, but I do get a lot of people asking me what I'm doing because of the value that I do share. And so when I say value, sharing content, number one, like I was saying earlier, be in your stories every day, all fucking day. You can just share your life, like record anything, record your dinner. I say this all the time, but like you can record yourself like watering your plant, or if you found a new favorite drink, or if you're going to a restaurant with your family. And it's not like you have to be on your phone 24/7, but like if you just show a little bit of like date night with my man, we're going to this restaurant, and like share the location. I don't know, it can be anything, but just showing people that you're a real person living your life and like what you're up to is, again, going to help them get to know you. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable too. I mean, you don't have to share your deepest, darkest secrets, or like if you're going through a really tough time, like, share what you're comfortable with, but showing people that you have hard days, showing people that, talking about like any mental health you might be having, if you're feeling like a little extra depressed one day, or like maybe you're having a really hard time if you're a mom and you're having a hard time with your kids, like you can talk about that stuff, like whatever you're most comfortable with sharing, but that makes you very relatable because everybody goes through that kind of stuff. So it's like the more people can relate to you, the better. The more you're showing up and being vulnerable about whatever you're most comfortable being vulnerable with, the better. Because like the more people can know you through your social media, even if they've never met you, you're going to be way better off with them wanting to buy your stuff. Because think about like all these influencers, like the freaking Kardashians, like they have $1 billion brands, right? Because people have literally been watching them for like 15 years so that everyone feels like they know them. So they trust them and they buy their shit immediately. Like, think about that. Okay. You kind of want to be like, in a way, you want to be like the Kardashians. I don't know. I don't care how you feel about them, but their marketing is on point. Okay. Because they literally just show every aspect of their life and people trust them because of it. And then when they have product launches, their shit blows up because everyone knows who they are. So just, show up in your stories, be yourself, show the hard stuff sometimes when you can. And again, just emphasizing like whatever you're comfortable with, but like being vulnerable is really powerful. And then on your content, make sure you're sharing value. And when it comes to creating reels, you guys, I literally just copy other people. I was saying this to Mina and Kaylin last night, but like all the reels that you see me post, if you go look at my page, I got the idea from somebody else. Emily says, I've never seen an episode. Well, think of somebody else then that you like look up to on social media that has like 1 million followers, that has a brand. And most likely they've let you in on their life, right? Like all these influencers like are literally showing up every day, showing every aspect of their life, every single thing that they're doing every fucking day. Yeah. Anyway, so when it comes to content and like creating reels and sharing value, just go look at other people in Monat or other people in network marketing in general and look at what they're doing and literally just create what they're doing. Like I just created an oil reel, and I'm really pissed because I think it uploaded kind of funky, but I just take ideas from other people, and like you can screenshot captions. If you don't know what to use for captions, you can screenshot a caption, and then if you have an iPhone, you can go into your photos, like your camera roll, and there's a little black circle in the bottom of your pictures, and you can click the circle, and then it lets you highlight captions. So you can literally just copy captions, put them in your notes app, reword it to sound like you, and then you have a caption. So I'll do that for like pretty much every reel that I use. And I actually screen recorded earlier how I made my oil reel. And I'm going to show you guys how I use InShot to like cut and clip and like make videos short for reels. So I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit, but I copy everybody. Like I copy people, I take their ideas, I put my own twist on it. I don't come up with my own ideas really because it just takes too much brain power for me. I feel like you guys probably feel that way as well. Don't be afraid to copy people. Like, what's that quote? Good artists copy, great artists steal. Like, yeah, just start stealing people's shit and putting your own words into it. And then you don't have to spend so much time trying to think of your own stuff because somebody else already did it. And like the people that you're copying from they probably also copied from somebody else. That's just like the how it works in social media. So don't feel bad, especially if it's like, you're going to have your own video, like you're going to have your own aesthetic and your own, like in your own videos, you're going to have your own vibe. So it's not that big of a deal, especially when you're sharing facts on like how to have a wash day or or how to like, 5 tips on how to have healthy hair. Like that shit is general knowledge. You can Google it. So when you take somebody's reel, it's not like they made it up completely. You know what I mean? Kelsey says that part about the community culture, we are not territorial. Our creations is my favorite. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not a big completion person. Oh, competition. I always have to try and decode your words. Yeah, no, like like I said, every single reel I make is pretty much copied from somebody else. So I was saying this to Mina and Caitlin last night too, but like if you are confused on what to make for content, or you want to share more value in your content, go to Sarah Hill's page or Kayla Caputo or Jacqueline Goldrich, like anybody, and look at their reels. Go look at their reels and you can see like the views that they've gotten on their recent reels and see what ones have blown up for them, and then just make it your own. And I know it's like sometimes if you are making a reel about the business and like, let's say Jacqueline or something says like, I'm in network marketing, I made $10 million. Like you can just take that part out just because she has that part in, Alicia. Are you saying? Anyway, if you see somebody making a reel and they say something about like making millions of dollars or like their story and maybe their story isn't relatable to you, you just have to take that part out or change it up. Like, but for the bulk part of the reel, you can use it for yourself and just change it to be like, I cannot wait to make 5 figures a month, or like tell people where you're going. If you didn't watch the sales mastery call from last week, it was all about creating content to attract business partners, and it was super amazing. So highly recommend rewatching that or just watching it for the first time if you missed it, because it was super good. And there's like a lot of stuff that she screen shares and shows you like exactly how to go about doing that. So to recap here, you are going to network every day. You're going to add new friends and you're going to engage and be a real person. You're going to be social on social media. You're going to be a human first, network marketer second, and you're just going to build relationships. And don't put any expectation on these people that you're talking to. You're just being a nice human, asking how people are doing, showing them love on their posts, hyping people up, giving compliments, asking questions. just be social on social media. And then with your content, you're going to be sharing value. You're going to start looking for 5 tips on how to reduce dandruff, or 5 oily skin girl tips, or whatever your niche is, like 5 tips to reduce damaged hair, like all these things, like whatever your niche is, start creating content around that. And then because you're networking and you're building new relationships and you're adding new people into your network, all these, the value that you're sharing in your content, new people are going to start coming in and be like, what are you using? Oh my God, thanks for that tip. I think I want to get this from you. So it just takes the time to research the kind of content you want to make, be a genuine human, and also start showing up in your stories. Like, I swear to God, if I don't see you guys posting at least 10 times a day in your stories, I'm going to start cussing you out. Okay. Because your audience needs to get to know you. So you have to show up for them. And just because you have a business doesn't mean people know it exists unless you're talking about it every day. Especially, I don't think any of us on here are millionaires yet. So you have to be talking about your shit every day until you get to where you want to be. And then you can start taking a step back. But it's like, what did Daniel G say yesterday? He just made a reel about it today that I saw too, but like, we paid like $199, $250 for this business. And we treat it just like it was only worth $250. Where you guys, network marketing has made more millionaires than any other industry. But because we treat it like that $250 investment, we put it on the back burner. We treat our part-time jobs better than we treat this business. You can literally make $50K a month, $100K a month with a business like this. Okay. As long as you do all these things that I just said, the networking, the following up, the new messages, the content, every single day, some point, at least 1 hour a day, 7 hours a week. Can you work your business 7 hours a week? At least 7 hours a week. Okay. You do this stuff every single day, you're going to get to where you want to be, but you just have to be patient. Okay. And make sure, like I said, with all those things I just said, you have to be growing your skill set, because if you're showing up and doing all these things that I was just talking about, but you're not growing your skill set, you're not reading books, you're not listening to podcasts, you're not actually applying all the things that you learn from all these people that you listen to on these calls. It's like you're doing the homework without actually going to class, and you're going to fail the test every single time if you don't do the homework, do the research, grow your mindset, grow your skills, like apply the things that you're learning. You have to be an active, oh my God, Bob Heilig said this once, like, we are active artists in learning. So if somebody tells you, on the MMB call that they had a couple months ago, they said, if you want to go MMB, go write down 20 real ideas, 10 business, 10 product. Go write down 20 names of people you haven't talked to about the business yet, and go message those people and make the reels. Did you do those things? If you didn't, do it now if you want to get to MMB. So like, we have all the answers to all these things, like literally these sales mastery calls that we have. We have so many people showing us what to do and helping us. You just have to apply what you learn, and you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna word vomit. You're gonna make a shitty reel once in a while. You're gonna have shitty content. You're gonna have people that are bitches. You're gonna have all these things, but it's like, that's gonna build you into who you need to be to get to the success that you want to be at. Because I guarantee, I've been in here a long time. Whatever you guys go through, I've probably been through it like 15 times by now. So that's another thing too. If you're feeling discouraged or having a tough time or whatever, you have to ask your mentor, ask for help, ask for some sort of something to help your mindset. Because we can't help if we don't know, and we want to see you thrive. And like I said, it's like, whatever you're going through, you've probably been through it already. So I think that is everything. I can send a little like graphic of like the time breakdowns of like 5 minutes adding friends, 5 minutes networking, yada, yada. I'll make a little thing in Canva and send it so you can have like a checklist. And actually we have the spreadsheet, the Google Sheets spreadsheet. So if you do all that shit, all the shit that's in the Google spreadsheet, check all those boxes, you're going to hit all the things that I talked about. And I would say another extra thing you can do is like, make sure you content plan. We have the planning call tonight at 8:00 Central Time. So, plan your week out when you have to work, when you have events and stuff, and like when you want to work your money business, but also then take an hour or two this week and plan a solid time to record content and, take pictures and all that stuff. Because in a power hour, when you do have a busy day and you really do only have an hour of time, You want to have like the content ready to go so you can just click post. So you don't have to worry about actually creating it. Having 1 day a week to actually create your content so you have it ready on those days that you are busy is so clutch. Like I love when I actually content batch because it just makes things a lot easier. So, okay, I'm looking in the comments. Oh, you guys all want me to yell at you. But yeah, get your asses in your stories. Show up and just be yourself. I know a lot of people are so nervous to get in their stories and talk, but like, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, nothing, this shit isn't even real. Like I'm literally looking at myself talking. I don't really care about who's looking at it. I do, like, I love, when people are like, respond to my stories and interact and all that. But like, if there's people that aren't, or if people, I just block people very easily. I don't pay any negativity, any mind. You just get them out of here and you show up for the people who do want you there. So does anyone have any questions about anything? Was that helpful? Hopefully. Yeah, Kelsey says my days have been full since I didn't content batch. I barely posted on my feed. So helpful. Okay, cool. And now I have to do my hair because Kirsten and I are going to go live at 6 if anyone wants to hop in on us. Okay, I love you guys. If you have questions, let us know. Have a great night.